Hello and welcome to Hank Games Without Hank. My name is John Green. I'm the manager of the AFC Wimbledon Wimbly Womblys who play their football in England, which explains why it's raining. So, today we're taking on Cheltenham? I mean, the number of places in what Cheltenham town. There you go. They've got, you know, it's not Manchester City, but it's the beginning of our adventure in the Capital One Cup. The most useless of all of the cups, but still one that we'd be very happy to win. Here in professional skill level, we'll see if it's not enough. I mean, I'm not afraid to go world class. If the Wimbly Womblys are world class, that's the skill level we're going to go for. But that pass indicates that we aren't. Today, I'm going to talk about another Project for Awesome video topic. This one suggested by Nerdfighter Luna. Who said, I want you to talk about Luis Suarez, a brilliant footballer with a troubling personal life, troubling life off the pitch, and then some troubling behavior on the pitch. Now, for those of you who don't know, which will probably be most of you, Luis Suarez is a football player he currently plays for Liverpool. And full disclosure, I am a Liverpool supporter, and that makes me completely biased in every facet of my life. Including and especially when it comes to Liverpool players. I acknowledge that, and in fact, I think it's like a core part of who I am as a person. So yeah, that's just a fact. So Luis Suarez is controversial, I guess, for two reasons. First, he was convicted of racially abusing a player named Patrice Evra. Who plays for Manchester United. There was some, I'm certainly not going to justify his behavior. And again, I think that's troubling on many, many levels. He received a ban of several matches for that and was fined as well. And then, but I guess he's most famous for having bitten two players on the pitch. One, a player for Chelsea, which I find myself rather sympathetic to. I might bite a player for Chelsea if I met him. No, of course I wouldn't. Maybe I would, but I wouldn't. I might. Full disclosure. Probably. I mean, I would try not to, but you never know. And then also for when he played in the Dutch league, he had a biting incident there as well. Uruguayan player, astonishingly talented. There are times when you're watching Luis Suarez where you become aware that if every player played like Suarez does, the game would be almost unbearably beautiful. Not with the biting, obviously, but the style of play, the imagination, the link-up play, the quality of control of the ball, all of that stuff. If there were 11 Luis Suarez's, Seb Brown, if there were 11 Luis Suarez's on the pitch in every game, it would be just pure joy to watch soccer. So I think that's kind of the conundrum of Suarez, is that he has these insane, I think, outbursts, rage, uncontrolled. Oh, it has to be, and it is on the follow-up. Ball, John Green, his husband misses the ball, but he doesn't. Ball, John Green, he gives it all for the team. Upon his mustache wear keen, bald John Green. You know what I love about that goal? I love that he goes all out. I love that he dives for the ball, all in to get the header, anything for the header. Bald John Green loves to work with his head, famous for it. K. St. Louis! Oh, it's another goal! The patron saint of lost crosses with a beautiful goal! Oh, he wants to hear it from us. He scores when he wants. He scores when he wants. K. St. Louis, he scores when he wants. You want to know something about K. St. Louis, Meredith? I'm actually playing him a lot, even though he's not technically as good as Frankenstein, but I'm playing him a lot because the real life K. St. Louis, playing for the actual AFC Wimbledon, is just an amazing League Two player. He's on an absolute tear. And I figure if he's good in real life, on some level, he has to be good enough for us, you know? Oh, look at this. Is it going to be a third goal? A third goal in quick succession? Oh! No. Other John Green struggling a little bit, but he had time. That was probably my fault in the end. So, you know, I think that this season, the other thing about Suarez, I guess, is that he's been accused of diving a lot. I don't actually think that he dives any more than the average striker. In fact, I think this season he's dived much less than the average striker. But he gets a bad rap because he is not English, and all non-English players. Oh, is it my birthday? Oh, God, he's so beautiful. He's big, he's brash, he has a brilliant stash. Ball John Green, Ball John Green. I haven't pulled that one out in a while, but I like that one. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice steal. I mean, maybe we do have to have world-class skill level, Meredith, because this is a purely dominant first-half performance from the AFC Wimbledon Wimbly Womblys. Admittedly, it's Cheltenham Town. It's you know, I mean, I don't know what league they play in, but I mean, we're looking like a team that belongs that should be playing teams like Manchester City, not like a team that should be you know, here down in League One. Oh, look at that move from K. St. Luce. Oh. Oh! 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 That's how I'm only going to communicate. Maybe I should do an entire episode of Wimbly Womblys where it's just all I use is with the single letter O to communicate my emotions and experiences. By the way, I don't understand how he was offside, but whatever. So the Luis Suarez conundrum has changed a lot this season, I would argue, because you've seen a dramatic change in the way that he plays. You haven't seen diving. You certainly haven't seen biting. You haven't seen nearly the level of histrionics. But the conversation continues to that surrounds him continues to be about that stuff. Now, some of that is absolutely 100% justified, right? Because, like, it's not just going to be forgotten that you bit someone or that you racially abused someone. I find it a little interesting. I mean, I have to say I find the racial abuse a lot more troubling than the biting, but that's the biting is what usually comes up. It wasn't even that serious of a bite. But anyway, I mean, some would argue that Ivanovic really just kind of put his arm in Luis Suarez's mouth and then, you know, something happened. But, yeah. So anyway, I think I think part of the reason for it really is that there is a bias against non-English players in look at it. And we don't even have a song for him yet, Meredith. His name is Gold. I think he's a big part of our future. Look how tiny he is. He's just a little 17-year-old boy, but he's got great spatial awareness. You see how he had that sense to just get to the ball, and then he pulls it down on the volley. It's a beautiful first goal for Gold. How about, like, you've just been gold? I don't know. I'm working on it. I don't have anything yet. He's made of gold. He's our golden boy. He's our I don't know. While I was trying to think of something, I gave up a goal. Dang it! Yeah, you guys go ahead and celebrate. It's like 17-1. Enjoy your moment. Oh, that was a little frustrating. Seb Brown needs to protect that near post. It's 4-1. I'm not terribly worried. So I think there is I think that you see consistently in England a level of, and not just in England, in all of European football, a bias against non-European players. I think if a player like Robin van Persie, for instance, were not from Europe, there would be a lot more talk about his, not just his diving, but also his other behavior. It's a beautiful ginger they've got. And I also think if you look at, even if you look at players like John Terry, who have done things that are far more dangerous, you know, look, I do not want to defend the biting of another human being. That was bad. The punishment was received and deserved, and you know, that should, you know, there's absolutely no question in my mind that, like, you know, it deserved the punishment. He deserved the punishment he got. However, it's far less serious to me than intentionally injuring a fellow professional, and trying to end that person's, and, you know, possibly ending that person's career. Ivanovic didn't miss a game because of the biting. If you intentionally tackle someone in a way that you know will hurt them because you're angry, or you stomp on someone's leg and you break their leg or something, that is far, far more serious. And that stuff does happen. So I don't know why we don't have that same level of attention toward other players who've displayed problematic behavior. All I can say is that I am very impressed with the way that Suarez has handled himself since the biting incident. He seemed to make a real, at least so far, I mean, this has been 25 games now. It seems like there was a genuine change in the way that he approaches the game and the way that he thinks about himself as a player, and that he understands that he does have responsibilities to the people who watch him, many of whom are kids. And I have been genuinely impressed by that, and I think that it's not easy to change. Particularly if you have anger problems and stuff. I think it can be really, really difficult to get rid of those, or to find better ways to deal with your anger. And I've been that is very impressive to me. And I think I hope that we can all kind of like pause and celebrate that, and kind of wish it to continue, regardless of what team we support, because I think it's worth seeing. Like, it makes football more fun when Luis Suarez is part of the game. And I think I would say that if he played for Chelsea as well, or Manchester United, not just because he plays for Liverpool. I think that the way he plays is really beautiful, and embraces like what's best about the game, that flowing creativity, having to think differently in each moment. I think he's an astonishingly intelligent football player, and doesn't get, oh my goodness, off the post. Other John Green, he's going everywhere but the goal. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just think I'm a big admirer of his as a player. And then in the last year, I mean, I have to say I've been very impressed with him as a person. He did one of my all-time favorite things too, which is that he just has tremendous confidence. He had so much confidence that in his first game back, after he scored one goal in the first half, he switched undershirts at halftime because he was so confident that he was going to score a second goal, and that he was going to get to pull up his shirt for a second time to reveal a message to his family. I thought that was pretty impressive. Yeah, he's amazing. I don't know. He's an amazing football player. And I don't think he's, and I also, the other thing I would say is, like, I want us to be conscious as football fans, or people who are invested in celebrities, whatever the field that celebrity is in, that these are people and that we don't know them. We may feel like we know them. We may have the illusion of knowing them, but we really don't. And that's important to remember, that, like, you don't know the inside of someone until and unless you do. Context is everything. Thank you for watching. 4-1 victory. Best wishes.